WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Enough is enough, and it's time for a change!
I can't believe I'm putting my voice to this.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Thank you for your irrelevant opinion.
And now, here's your host of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon Derry.
The first thing you need to do is to tell these people to shut up if you want to hear what I gotta say. I'm a broadcast journalist. I have a right to my opinion.
Oh, son of a...
I am the best on this microphone, in that ring, even in commentary.
There's the sound of the bell. We are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you alongside a jam-packed house. Holy smokes. It's the SRO signs went up early, as the late, great Gorilla Monsoon once said. Joined as ever by Lucas the intern.
Hello, everybody. This is going to be a very fun show, considering the people that are sitting next to me.
Yeah, we've got a motley crew, to say the least. In studio, all the way over from England. You've heard him call a few times and rip on myself, Lucas, and everything else, most notably Monster Factory. Oh, yeah, I know. Shots fired already. The great Harry Barnett in studio.
I call that an introduction worth sitting here.
Well, I had to pull up the theme, of course. We'll let that roll for a little while, because why not?
You didn't get theme music. You're only the intern.
Oh, you're not so big when you're not so big when you're sitting in studio, not behind a computer screen, are you, Barnett?
Fearon, I wish you'd actually agreed to having that Michael Cole style coal mine glass box.
The coal miner glass box. I was gonna say this isn't that. It's not in the budget, unfortunately.
That's a shame. We should have just canceled.
You were lucky I got pretzels. That's certainly a lot here. Also joining us, famed wrestling journalist, podcast host. What the hell hasn't he done? Brady Hicks in studio with us.
Yeah, I have no idea what I haven't done. Well, I guess there's a lot I haven't done, but...
there's certainly a lot you have done as well. You can, Harry, pull that microphone a little bit closer.
Oh, good.
You don't need to be soft-spoken like...
I said women. He hasn't done women.
Oh, wow.
Such a
family show.
Oh,
such a jerk.
That sounds accurate. And meanwhile, in the background here, not to be outdone, former WBCB damn near everything, the one, the only Mike Samsel.
Hey, yo.
Yeah, you get your own music too.
All the Austin Powers.
Which, if you had headphones, you would know what that is. But
You trying to say I'm fat?
no.
No? Oh, okay.
No, there are no fat jokes here.
Sorry, it's just the normal thing that people say about me. It's just what I prepare for.
Oh, I know. Kind of like me with being Canadian, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah,
woo, woo.
Canadian.
Woo, 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 you know it, eh? All right, so much to get into. We're 8 days away from WrestleMania. Holy smokes. We got that to talk about, but I know. We've got all these like positive vibes, and I hate to start with negative news, or I guess bad news, as Bad News Barrett would say, something along those lines.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
I've got that right here.
I'm afraid I've got some bad news.
Yeah, Harry, it doesn't always have to be about you. Like, seriously.
Well, no. For those who didn't hear, a top Mexican star died earlier today out on the out west. El Heat. Yeah, I was gonna say my Spanish isn't exactly the greatest, so bear with me here. But Perro Aguayo Jr., one of the top AAA lucha stars. Died earlier this morning after taking Rey Mysterio's 619 at a AAA show that occurred last night in Tijuana, Mexico. According to news reports, Aguayo took the 619 in the trachea trying to avoid the move, causing severe whiplash. Now, I think one of our listeners, Sean, put the video up on the WBCB Pro Wrestling Weekly Facebook fan page of the match. It is not pretty, to say the least. I hate to say, hey, go ahead and check it out, but it's, Yeah, it's a tragic situation, to say the least. Aguayo was rushed by paramedics to Del Prado Hospital, where he was pronounced dead early this morning, roughly 1 a.m. local time, about 4 a.m. here. So this news just coming about 8 hours ago. Brady, go ahead.
I was going to say, it is truly one of the tragedies. And, you hear all the time about guys in wrestling who die young. And here's a guy who was out in the ring actually performing, but it just goes to show you just how dangerous a sport it can be. And Rob Van Dam suffered a similar injury several years ago. No, not Rob Van Dam, Triple H. Mm-hmm. When Rob Van Dam went for a 5-star frog splash at the first Elimination Chamber, and he caught him right across the throat, if you remember. And very similar. Very similar.
Yeah, that's... Yeah, it all the time it seems like we joke about don't try this at home, and now here's a very good reason why. These are trained professionals who know what they're doing, and this tragedy unfortunately occurred. It's an absolute I don't know, it's a shame. I don't know what other words Samsel, help me out here. I'm at a loss for words. Not the first time. Oh, and of course I catch you in the middle of eating.
It's something that happens just...
See, and you were the one who was worried about me making a fat joke.
It's something that happens just too much that, it's something you can't change, but it's just going to keep happening.
I know. There's so much to get into. We'll go over, actually, not that I want to keep it going, but...
I'm afraid I've got some bad news!
I have bad news from a programming standpoint as well. I was hoping to have a discussion with Lucas about this prior to us being on the air, but we'll probably hash it out during a commercial break or something. Next week, of course, Hall of Fame Saturday, WrestleMania weekend, and Pro Wrestling Weekly, at least for the moment, is preempted because of your bloody high school baseball.
I told my teacher, Mr. Pacey, I said, look, I know you like to rib me about how you don't like wrestling, but do you really have to interfere with the show? Is this how it's going to be? Okay, I see.
Yeah, no, there's I believe a Pennsbury High School baseball game set for an 11 a.m. first pitch next Saturday. So by the time that ends, it'll be 1 o'clock, and we will already be on the road to, if not at, Paulsboro, New Jersey for that place that I won't mention because Harry's right here.
Don't watch yourself.
Be careful now.
Watch yourself.
The Factor of Monsteries?
The Factor of Monsteries. Very good. Yes. See, this is why we love having Samsel around, even if it's just kind of chilling in the background, the self-professed Fugazi wrestling fan.
You've really proved that in the past couple of months, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, you said from January to March or something like that. I think we have the clip somewhere. I might have even spliced it in our return. I don't know, possibly. We'll see. We'll find out when we come back from our first time out. Because I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore.
Nice save.
Hey, I was going on a shoot. I was being honest.
Well, I can go on plenty of shoots now that Barnett's in the studio, but... I'd
like to have a show after this week.
Just going to move this chair over.
Yeah.
There you go. Just move it over there.
No.
What you're not being told is secretly that's the reason why I'm here. I'm security between you two, so if anything goes down, I can break you two up. That's actually why I'm here.
Come a little bit closer. Yeah, we can be friends.
No. Stay where you are, Samsel. Come on. Let's just... We're just all trying to have fun here. Yeah.
We are, and I mentioned next week, Hall of Fame Saturday. A couple of Hall of Famers announced this past week. The living legend, Larry Zbyszko. I know, I feel obligated whenever mentioning his name to have to do that little hand thing that he did when he was in WCW as a commentator, because that's the most of what I remember of his career, unfortunately, because I'm a little on the young side. Just remember him always talking about that game of human chess on like WCW Saturday. Yeah, I know exactly. It's that one thing that sticks out from his commentary in the early to mid '90s.
What I always remember is that Larry Zbyszko. Oh, you don't want none of this.
Oh, that's right. The stammer. There was a little bit of that too. Oh gosh. But no, I mean, he had a great in-ring career as well between WCW and the AWA prior to that. And also announced getting a little international, New Japan Pro Wrestling legend Tatsumi Fujinami. Easy for me to say.
Has he ever even been in WWE? Or?
No, but there are people who have been inducted in the Hall of Fame who haven't necessarily been in WWE, but have made great contributions to the sport of professional wrestling.
And other people that have made actual contributions other than the celebrity wing, because they don't make.
Oh, are we going to get into that again?
I feel like the only people that can really truly be inducted, off the top of my head, would be Mike Tyson.
Hot take.
Oh, what do you mean? Brent's not here. Oh. Inside jokes are horrible.
Yeah, there they are.
We thought it was funny.
Yeah, I know. That was for an audience of 3, apparently. Some would argue it's what is listening to the show at the moment. No, but yeah, Fujinami.
I'm sitting here.
Yes, very good. Yeah, you're one of them, the in-studio audience. Recorded live before a studio audience of 1. But yeah, Fujinami and Zbyszko joining Alundra Blaze, Warrior Award winner Connor McCallick. I know we had a bit of a giving out about that. The Bushwhackers, Rikishi, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Randy Savage in this year's class. Ooh. Certainly a mixed bag, to say the least.
What I found was really interesting about the class, and I've been hearing rumors, I'm sure you have as well, that Kevin Nash was going in. That sounds like a full class to me, and I'm thinking he's not going in like they were saying.
Well, maybe they're saving him for another year. I mean, Nash is one of the few former WWE champions who isn't a Hall of Famer, who also isn't active, I should say. The few inactive, because obviously there are a bunch that are still wrestling or have just recently retired that aren't in yet, but
or dead. In the case of Canadian Voldemort.
Are we really going back? Well, he was a world champion.
Took it down to pace.
I'm not saying he should go in. I'm just saying he's one of the people that haven't been inducted. I'm not saying he should go in.
And he never will be.
Good. I hope he doesn't. Good.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I mean, I think last Saturday was the anniversary for WrestleMania 20. We didn't go into that at that point, so.
Well, we mentioned it in Today in Wrestling History. Yeah, that was
really about it.
11 years. I know, not much has changed, but everything has changed at the same time.
I actually do want to bring something up later.
Okay.
Not now.
Oh.
Which I
Good contribution, Lucas.
Yeah. Dynamite drop in, Monty.
I don't know how much time we have until the first break.
We're all so proud of you.
Well, I know. I'm looking at my various notes, and that's why I was debating, because there's a rather lengthy story. I'll tease that heading into a break. A radio thing. It's called a tease.
It's sort of, it's very scary over the past few weeks how similar I've realized Daniel Bryan and Chris Benoit are. And it's really freaking me out. Don't say anything just yet, Barnett.
Run, Bree, run.
Oh,
damn it, Barnett. Anyway,
well, that's a buzzkill.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm never going to be allowed back here.
Yeah, this will be the first and last time the Great Harry Barnett makes his way to the WBCB studios.
Anyway, you really think about it. Their movesets are very similar. It's also the fact that WrestleMania 20, 2004, Benoit wins the main event in a triple threat match. He's the ultimate underdog, yada, yada, yada. Next year, WrestleMania 21, he's in a ladder match, which is a big deal, but it's not exactly one of the highly touted matches on the card. Last year, WrestleMania 30, Daniel Bryan wins the triple threat main event. Ultimate underdog, yada, yada, yada. Then this year he's in a ladder match that's supposed to steal the show, but it's not one of the highly touted matches on the card. You really see the rise to success, and like their paths are sort of a lot similar. And I think that's why Vince McMahon, that's probably one of the reasons McMahon hates Bryan so much. It's because he's very eerily similar.
I was thrown off by the yada, yada, yadas. What are you, Lucas Seinfeld over there?
Well, I know.
I'm just saying,
All I know is he looks like a garden gnome. Daniel Bryan, not Lucas. Lucas just tried to hurt me recently, so I'm going to watch what I say.
Yeah, you probably should, shouldn't you?
What's the deal with Daniel Bryan's push? No, not
there
so much.
is no push.
This whole thing is embarrassing. It really is.
All right, let's go ahead and let's take care of our first time out here. We've got, I haven't even looked at the Facebook feedback yet. I'm sure that's buzzing like crazy. We've also got room for your calls at 215-949-3232, 888-922-2149. That's the way to get into this insanity. alongside, Mike Samsel and Brady Hicks and the Great Harry Barnett and Lucas, the intern, and me, whoever the hell I am. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
I'm the biggest fraud wrestling fan. I'm such a fraud. I just bail when...
You're saying that because you're like 6'3".
I show up to the party when sports get boring.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your host, Fearon Derry.
In that down, January to, March area, I become a fugazi wrestling fan.
And that Fugazi wrestling fan is in studio despite the fact that sports aren't apparently boring with all this March Madness mania going on.
No, sports are tremendous. I've kind of re-upped that. Instead of saying I'm a Fugazi wrestling fan, I pretty much say me and wrestling are, for radio terms, cuddle buddies.
Yes.
We just hang out when neither of us really have anything else going on.
I think I remember reading that text in that conversation that we had, but I think I did up it a level from Cuddle Buddies and took more of what you said to a literal term.
Yes. Well, what if wrestling wants something more? What are you going to do then? Are you just going to run?
I do what I do in my real life. I run away.
You're shallow. You know that?
He's just sticking around, for another 8 days, and Wrestlemania will come and go, and that'll be it.
I'll at least take Wrestlemania out to dinner, or actually that's a lie, lunch, the day after.
Get those lunch specials.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, the night after Wrestlemania, which has become almost as much an event as Wrestlemania itself. It feels like.
Right.
If you really think about it,
it's the Tuesday that I'll run away.
The Tuesday.
If you really think about it, it sort of sets up all the storylines. Or the foundation of it, and they sort of wing it, but they try to set up the storyline for next year.
And usually they fail.
Yeah, usually.
All right, let's pretty much. No, I don't have I could pull the Foley thing up, but that's about all I got. Well, no, I meant more the crash, but that's pretty much. That's all I got. Let's go to the phones. How about that? We've got Ed from Northeast Philly who's been hanging on here. Ed, welcome to Pro Wrestling Weekly.
Good afternoon. Sandman is having a pay-per-view party next weekend at Nick's Roast Beef on Cotman Avenue in the Northeast.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I did hear about that. And Brady got a pat on the shoulder from Harry Barnett about that. Is there?
Yeah, I don't know what's up with that.
Brady actually wanted an invite, so
he agreed not to touch me. So
50 feet at all times, Brady.
I didn't realize that restraining orders were a part of this deal. Otherwise, I would have had had special allocations made.
You'd have to get a very big studio for that.
And JHW tonight, Low Key, MVP, Teddy Hart, Samoa Joe, Christopher Daniels in Rahway.
Oh, nice! Up in that's right. Yeah, we got that going on up in Rahway. Anything else as far as the local scene there, Ed?
The Cotman Avenue one is right by Boston and Cotman.
Where the Sandman's going to be for WrestleMania.
And you probably heard about WWE's SummerSlam being sold out.
No, but that doesn't surprise me. Tickets went on sale, last week for that, at least officially, but they had pre-sales before that at the Barclays Center up in Brooklyn.
I guess they're getting popular again in the area.
Well, I mean, it's New York City, and thanks so much for the call, Ed. Appreciate it as always. It's New York City. It's SummerSlam coming back east after spending the last, 6-7 years at the Staples Center in Los Angeles. It was becoming a tradition, unfortunately, unlike any other, or at least unlike anything we would want.
No, it absolutely was. And I understand a lot of it was like the hobnobbing with celebrities and stuff like that. I guess they feel like they could do the same thing in New York City at the Barclays Center. I don't know.
It's certainly a possibility. I guess they're trying to make it like a warmer WrestleMania. I don't know. It
will be warmer.
Trying to do my math here. The fourth oldest pay-per-view that WWE has. That's right. SummerSlam came after Royal. Wow.
SummerSlam came in '88. When did the Rumble come in?
All right. I was gonna say it depends on how technical you want to be, because the Royal Rumble debuted in '88, but it was a special on USA Network from oh God, what was that? That Cops County Auditorium in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada.
Somebody's watching the WWE Network.
No, I just have no life, and I remember a lot of things. He can vouch for this, pointing over at well, Lucas can vouch for it, too. I've dropped all kinds of useless knowledge on him, too.
Oh, yes, he has.
Well, plus, I mean, it is a Canadian fact, so I've got to have a little bit about that, eh?
You know, it's funny that the caller, he mentioned the Sandman doing the Nick's roast beef thing.
Mm-hmm.
I find it interesting because that's the biggest way that the WWE Network has hurt me socially, is I used to love going to bars and watching pay-per-views. And you just can't do that anymore. I don't believe any of them have them.
Yeah, that's what you do.
I was going to say, the only one that I remember, and this was pre-network, and I really haven't been there since, was the Fox and Hound.
Sure.
They had the two locations, the one up in King of Prussia and the one right on 5th Street or 15th Street, rather, in Center City, Philadelphia.
But I don't believe that they carry them anymore. You know, it's an at-home thing now, and it just surprised me to hear that they're having a WrestleMania party like that.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like somebody's got to have at least a WrestleMania party.
Well, the Sandman does, apparently. So.
Yeah.
It's at Nick's
Plenty of
roast beef.
Sandwich to go around. Dun, 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 dun.
Do you really want to hang out with the Sandman?
Not really.
Yeah.
If you want to end up in jail, maybe, but...
Right, exactly.
All commentators heard here on WBCB express their own... Yeah, I'm disclaimering the daylights out of that.
Especially because I don't want to get caned.
Yeah, caned or canned.
Or, yeah, that
I say bad things. I apologize to WBCB for such.
You do no such thing. You know you don't mean it.
Yeah, I don't mean it.
I say bad things, and I stand by them mostly. So.
This is true. I think the last time you made an appearance, you had some disparaging words for our program director, if I remember right.
They weren't disparaging for the program director.
They were just toward
the position.
Toward the position than the person. Okay. Speaking of disparaging, WWE was kind of disparaging this past Monday on Raw as far as apparently a fan dress code. Did you hear about this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, for those who didn't, you may have noticed in the first couple of segments of this past Monday's Raw from Des Moines, Iowa, there was a group of 10 fans in the front row on the hard camera side that were dressed as WWE superstars of the past. Hogan, Savage, Warrior, Jake the Snake Roberts, Flair, IRS, Sergeant Slaughter, Big Boss Man, Nikolai Volkov, and Paul Bearer. Partway through the show, officials from WWE gave the group the option of either changing into WWE T-shirts or they'd have to give up their ringside seats. The reason being, while they appreciated their enthusiasm, they were apparently a distraction, in inverted commas. I
actually do think I remember seeing that during the Divas match, while Paige and AJ were while the Bella Twins were making their entrance. You look at Paige and she points over to the front row and AJ starts laughing. I think it was because of those guys.
Oh, is it distracting the wrestlers? Is that?
No clue.
Or I'm sorry, superstars and divas.
I have no clue. I just
heaven forbid I say the W word.
Wrestlers. Shut up! Make me.
Oh. Careful, he's on the cover of Muscle and Fitness. He might...
Oh, it's amazing what quote-unquote supplements can do for somebody. There's actually... I actually...
There you go on that rampage again.
There was something I really had to share that I found on iPhone. It was, wow, pizza equals 22 minutes to cook. CM Punk equals 7 world titles. Add those together, what did you get? Doesn't matter. He's not coming back. Hashtag Raw.
Did that make you sad?
It made me laugh, actually.
But were you sad that CM Punk's not coming back?
I already know he's not coming back, Harry. You're not going to faze me, okay? Shut your mouth.
Just shut up, okay?
Word for it! This is bullshit! So much injustice around here! I've had it up to here!
Apparently Brett wants Punk back, too.
Just shut up, Harry, okay? I understand he's not coming back.
Blame Hicks.
Yeah.
I will do no such thing. Brady Hicks has been nothing but nice to me.
Anyway, back to the group. So they sadly and disappointedly hid their costumes under the WWE T-shirts depicting John Cena, Mark Henry, and the Usos, among others. And then they took to Reddit, because apparently that's the place to go when you need to complain about something.
Whatever happened to Twitter?
Oh, they went to Twitter also.
It's yesterday.
They tweeted, but they also posted, I guess, a copy of the email they sent to WWE, like complaining, or basically saying we don't see what we did wrong. We were just there. We weren't being unruly or whatever. And, they heard rumblings in the past of people being booted from their seats for costumes, but thought that those fans had to have done something else to lose their seats, and WWE wouldn't just boot people for simply dressing up. But it seems to, and they also go on to say, this seems to contradict your Be a Star promotions, which ironically enough were running on the screen as we were being scolded by WWE producers. How timely. Yeah. That seem to encourage fanaticism. So they write this very lengthy, professional, courteous email, and they even ask, had we all dressed as John Cena or Roman Reigns, would the outcome have been different? Please advise so I can let the other 9 guys know for future shows. And WWE, they responded in their typical non-answering corporate BS fashion.
PR bullcrap.
Quote, we apologize for any inconvenience you've encountered. We would like to offer you and your 9 friends tickets to the next WWE event in Des Moines. At your convenience, please email back your mailing address and phone number so we can work on the specific ticket arrangements. Thank you very much.
And we'll give you the euchre seat so you can dress up as whoever you want.
Well, I think that's what it was. If they had dressed up and had been off camera, I don't think it would have been an issue. But the fact that they were right front row, hard camera, I remember a couple of years ago when the Slammies were in Philadelphia, and there was a crew.
I was there.
Oh yeah. Okay, you remember this too. Yeah. There was a crew. I guess it probably would have been around section 116 of the Wells Fargo Center, which if you look at the entrance ramp, it would be to the right. And there were a group dressed as Flair, Savage, same type deal, and they were probably as much, if not more, of a distraction. But they were allowed to keep their seats. At one point, I think Ricky Steamboat even pointed over to the Savage lookalike guy.
Yeah. It was funny, but they weren't front row. They were off.
Oh no, they were off to
doing
the side.
thing. Yeah,
and but I mean, it still got the crowd to, I think, one point chant Randy Savage. So I don't know. I think they were more distracting than the other guy. I don't know.
Ron, all I know is if I went to one of these shows and they had a problem with the way I dress, I'd simply send them out and say that you too can buy this amazing T-shirt right here, thegreatentertainmentnetwork.com. So I just wanted to steal your plugging moment.
Wow, there you go.
You seem to steal a lot of things, don't you?
Women, money. No, I didn't just admit to anything.
No, those are the examples of stuff you don't steal. Good to know.
No comment until my lawyer arrives.
Yeah, I don't know what Harry's
You don't have a
doing.
lawyer. You're not even in England.
No comment.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
WWE, how about them, though? They give them, 10 free T-shirts, tickets to the next show? I'll dress however you want if I can get free tickets and, a T-shirt. John Cena.
Get it make good.
That's good.
Yeah,
good for them.
You could turn around and sell it on eBay. This is the shirt that I was forced to wear by WWE because they didn't like my costume.
-5 stars.
Jeez. I didn't realize that Mark K. Fabe showed up.
No, not yet.
No, not yet.
Soon.
Yeah.
Him and me.
No.
I was like, what?
No, it's a bit that we did probably about a month or so ago. IWC flashback.
Oh.
Yeah, we
That's all you need to say.
Yeah, it was fairly positively received.
Cool.
We'll have to kick that around again at some point, maybe.
By the way, if you do another IWC flashback, the whole thing should simply be based on the Hulk Hogan promo from WrestleMania 4. I believe the one in Atlantic City, where he talks about the fault line breaking and everyone jumping on his back.
Yes.
Yeah, that should break the internet now.
That's right, jumping on the largest back and doggy paddling to safety and the whole... Oh, my gosh. Overshadowed by Bob Uecker getting choked by Andre the Giant. That was an amazing, allegedly energy-induced promo.
Yeah, energy.
Energy, yes. Worked for Vince for all those years.
Yeah, and Ric Flair. Woo!
So is that how he was able to ride all those red eyes?
And the room goes silent.
Pretty much, yeah. It was either that or a Space Mountain joke, and I don't know which would have gone over better.
Lucas the show killer?
I swear to God, Samsel, I will reach across this table. After slapping Barnett,
no.
I will slap you as well. I don't care how big you are. Hadouken!
Really? You're going Street Fighter on us?
Make believe isn't real.
Cataldi, your thoughts?
Says the person who's a fan of professional wrestling, just like everybody else in this room, except for Samsel, he's just cuddle buddies with it.
We're going back to the... It does. It sounds... I can't even find an appropriate adjective. No.
I think weird is sufficient.
Weird is sufficient, yeah.
You know, before I actually met your intern, and I met him a few years ago, but I always pictured McLovin. I got to be honest.
Wow!
And I love McLovin. I think McLovin was great.
Lucas, now
All right.
you know why I hate
On that
this guy.
note, I think we need to take a break. Holy smokes. We'll be back with more insanity. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, March 21. On this date in 1999, ECW held its Living Dangerously pay-per-view. In the main event, Taz pinned Sabu to unify Taz's ECW World Heavyweight Championship and Sabu's FTW Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2005, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Birmingham, Alabama. In the main event, Batista pinned Kane in a no disqualification lumberjack match. On this date in 2010, TNA held its Destination X pay-per-view. In the main event, AJ Styles fought Abyss to a no contest in a match for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. This has been Today in Wrestling History, March 21.
You are listening to Pro Wrestling Weekly with Fearon Dairy.
Thank you, Easy E. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Darian with the Motley Crew. It's amazing what happens when WrestleMania is around the corner. Everybody shows up. Even Mike Fugazi wrestling fan, Cuddle Buddy Samsel. That is some amazing hat hair, by the way.
Oh, it's bad.
Not that I have room to talk with my Bert Convey microphone cover of a fro that I've got going on here.
I like it. I don't even have to insult you anymore. You just do it for me.
I'm just pointing out the obvious. It's not even really an insult. I'm okay with it. I just feel like I should be hosting Tattletales. Or, I know.
Coming to the stage next. Oh, different talent.
No, not that. The game of celebrity gossip. Man, somebody doesn't watch Game Show Network. I knew I should have said super password. Doggone it. Damn it, Samsel. You ruin everything.
You ruin? Why'd you say it like that?
This is why you can't have nice things.
Wait, why'd you say it like that, sir?
Yeah, exactly. This is why he can't have a microphone. He's just in the background, just...
I'm basically the Statler and Waldorf of Pro Wrestling Weekly.
That's usually for.
Oh, you're big enough to be both of them. Oh, see. Oh, now you just brought out the meanness in me.
Yeah, that's you usually don't even feel good about it either.
No, I don't feel good about it.
That's like Fearon and I when we go to bad indie shows. We're the Statler. We're just
no comment.
Oh, see,
it's a flare trip.
Wow, fists are flying here in the studio.
You're not even selling. Fearon at least sells. Okay,
Yeah, you got to make them work with you a little.
With the symbol of greatness on my chest, I don't need to sell anything.
Shut up, Barnett.
Other than the T-shirt available now at thegreatentertainment.com.
McLovin says shut up right now.
The TGHB logo just all of a sudden turns him into Hawk when it comes to selling.
Got to be a little stiffer with him. He'll get it.
I see what you did there.
No, I'm just going to go on. Yeah. So here's something that even Samsel might enjoy as far as Mania. An NXT wrestler is going to make an appearance on there. Which one? Well, we'll find out over the course of Access. Reason being, WWE announcing that one NXT wrestler will participate in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal at WrestleMania 31. Intrigued?
I would like to preemptively riot if it's going to be Baron Corbin.
Well, Baron Corbin's name hasn't been announced. They said that a tournament will be held.
Zayn's injured.
A tournament will be held this coming Thursday at WrestleMania Access. So the people milling about can check out some of the matches. I guess they're going King of the Ring style.
Speaking of NXT, we're finally going to see Finn Balor versus Kevin Owens for the NXT Championship this Wednesday.
Should be fun.
While also talking about NXT, the show in San Jose, however I'm meant to say it, I do apologize, is actually apparently sold out, so I'm not going to be able to go.
It is rather popular.
I did want to kind of fuel the rumor mill a little and point out that Samoa Joe is rumored to be at that Access.
Oh, see, that is something that I didn't know.
This is why he'll be in town for Ring of Honor, but he doesn't have a show that day.
This is why Brady Hicks is one of the premier wrestling journalists.
And that's just a rumor. I don't think he's going to be in WrestleMania this year.
I have a question, Derry, Fearon. I have a question. Is the NXT Access going to be televised, or like on the network at least?
It doesn't say. It just says that the tournament's going to be held. The winner will advance to the Battle Royal, and the tournament will include, but doesn't appear to be limited to, Adrian Neville, Finn Balor, Tyler Breeze, and Hideo Itami.
Does anybody think that
I'm actually betting on Tyler Breeze. He's probably the most main roster ready.
What about Neville?
With his selfie stick?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the him using that gimmick is money, especially with the selfie stick. But don't you think Neville
I hate those things.
Well,
that's what I should have gotten Lucas for his birthday, a selfie stick.
I swear to God, Fearon.
And then I would have a swollen face and not be able to do... Yeah. Fill in your own blank there.
Yep.
It's usually for the better.
Yeah.
Awkward silence.
Yeah, pretty much. So, WWE Network subscriber count. They're going to be announcing that conveniently on March 30th, the day after WrestleMania. I wonder if that's a coincidence at all. Yeah, Vince McMahon and George Barrios will have a special conference call that day to discuss the number as well as the network's programming schedule. That's right. Announce it when it's at its peak, and then when all the other cuddle buddies drop their coverage, then they'll watch the stock plummet over the course of the second quarter, because that's apparently what they do. Now, Samsel, I'm going to defer to you on your expertise on this one because you know more about mainstream sports than I do. Did you hear about WWE's partnership with a fantasy sports website?
I heard about it, but I'm not entirely sure what it is.
Well, WWE is pairing up with DraftKings.
Interesting.
Yeah, there you go. Bring the mic up for this one. They announced a new partnership on Wednesday, which will offer one fan a chance to win the ultimate trip to SummerSlam. Now through April 15th, fans will compete in the Ultimate SummerSlam experience through select professional basketball contests in order to win unique WWE prizes on DraftKings. So I guess it's essentially fantasy basketball to win WWE prizes? Yeah. Help me out here, because I have not done fantasy anything, and there's a lot of jokes that can stem from that, I know.
Just make your own insult.
There you go.
Fantasy basketball is kind of like fantasy baseball. It's one of those things that kind of requires everyday attention, and it's kind of a pain in the neck to play, to be honest. But DraftKings is killing it right now with that website.
Huh.
I know I didn't really add much there.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's.
I'm not sure what you were looking for.
I was looking for anything because I had nothing on it.
I didn't
I'm
have
lucky
much
I know
either.
what a basketball is.
I had words. I'm not sure they necessarily meant anything, but they came out.
Kind of like a lot of what I say on this show.
Yeah. This is why I don't have a mic.
Yes. I do. What does that tell you?
Well, I mean, I can tell you as like an avid fantasy player.
Okay.
I mean, I do Yahoo and stuff like that, but it's a huge market that they can cash into and probably even quantify, I would assume, make some money off of it. As
Vince McMahon did once say, it's all about the money.
And it is. And you know what? They toyed with having their own fantasy league a couple years ago on WWE.com.
I remember
fizzled.
that.
I did
game.
it.
I loved that game.
It was a terrible game, but I did.
I hate you, Hicks.
Yeah, he's just saying that to screw with you, Barnett.
Fantasy sports?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
You're
least
mean.
you're not
I thought you were on my side.
Can I draft Paige in the first round?
No. I already, no. I'm saying it now. I get Paige.
Okay, I'm getting AJ then.
Fine, you take AJ. She's married. Okay, fine.
All right, I'm going to take Nikki. So.
Oh, I forgot about Nikki. Oh, damn it.
Too late. She dropped.
Wow.
All right, fine. Lita.
She old.
She has a little I next to her name. Inactive.
I don't care.
All right.
Lucas,
I don't care.
Yeah.
Lucas,
Have you ever
just
heard
blame
the
Hicks.
stories from Mexico?
No, I haven't. Can you go through them in detail after the show?
After the show, yeah.
What happens in Mexico stays in Mexico.
No, it does not. No, it does not.
I mean, Brady, tell us what happens in Mexico. You want it to stay there, don't you?
Thank you for having me on the air today. This is
Well,
great.
Lita had to pay for wrestling school somehow. And,
Okay.
Didn't you talk about it in the Hall of Fame induction?
Is there some
we
sort?
did.
Is there some
Okay,
sort of
well there you
video
go.
I can find?
Go to the WWE Network and look up Lita's Hall of Fame
Wait,
induction.
is there
She'll
some
be able
sort
to.
of? Is there some sort of video I can look up on certain websites for this or no?
Probably not.
Oh
No,
You
you're
can
not
find
old
China.
enough. Even
You can
after your
find
birthday.
China.
Oh no way, no. Ugh.
And that'll pretty much do it for Lucas the intern for the rest of the show.
I'm out, guys. I'll probably won't see him anymore. The internship is probably over at this point,
Send your applications to WBCB 200 Magnolia Drive. No.
and then I'll burn them in a fire outside.
China.
Don't do it. He's playing mind games with me.
It's what I do.
Speaking of unwanted celebrities,
Ooh.
this coming Monday on Raw, how about Bill Simmons and Snoop Dogg being on, or Snoop Lion, or whatever? Has he gone back to Snoop Dogg, or is he still Snoop Lion?
Tigger, please.
I'm much more.
I see what you did there.
I'm much more well equipped to talk about Bill Simmons than I am Snoop Dogg Lion.
All right, what you got on Bill Simmons?
He's a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Huh?
For ESPN.
Yeah, that's...
Will probably be funny.
Will he be as good as Wiz Khalifa? That's the question.
No.
Because that's the bar that's been set.
No, Jon Stewart. Actually, they really just.
Oh, I think he's talking about the bar the other way. Like it's more the limbo bar than the pole vault bar.
They had the Green Lantern on Raw?
I wish. No, unfortunately, no.
Oh.
Yeah, Bray Wyatt blew it out.
We're here.
Just kind of like that joke blew out. Yep.
I get it.
And speaking of rappers, I'm segueing the daylights out of this. Apparently, how about LL Cool J with the WrestleMania Open and the things, trying to be Don Cheadle with the Super Bowl thing?
I'm going to turn up late to WrestleMania just to miss that.
Wow.
Yeah, a little extra pre-gaming in the parking lot, drinking water.
Coke.
Coke? Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. Give that man a can of Coke.
See, you hate.
Isn't that an expression or something like that?
Straight edge.
He's Pepsi. I'm Coke. You know, they're two opposites.
Okay. Yeah, see? It's...
There we
Yeah,
go.
TV and movie star and Grammy Award-winning LL Cool J appearing in the Open. Yeah, it's a thing. How about that? I don't know. Do we want to talk head trauma? Because, I don't know, there's apparently nothing better to...
I mean,
I don't know.
already
It
went
was a
over the thing
story,
with Chris
yeah.
Benoit. Okay, can we just move on?
Well, no, because a WWE medical director claimed that CTE, which is the whole thing, he's saying that it's over-exaggerated.
Of course.
Yeah, WWE medical director Joseph Maroon stating that the condition chronic traumatic encephalopathy, easy for me to say, is over-exaggerated. He said that while appearing on NFL Total Access on the NFL Network.
He was then later fired, or future endeavored.
No, actually, WWE's taking a side on it. Maroon, who works also as the Pittsburgh Steelers neurosurgeon and also an NFL medical consultant.
So he in no way has any conflict of interest and can be totally neutral about this.
Oh, of course.
Because, you know, his checks come from the two greatest creators of CTE.
Pretty much.
I hung out with Kyle Eckel. It's real.
Wow. Fair enough. He said the sport of American football has never been safer.
Okay.
Yeah, I think when you've got 24-year-old linebackers that want to retire, not because they're injured, but because they're afraid they might get hurt, I think maybe there's something to look into there.
Oh, then you're going to love these quotes from Maroon. He says, quote, I think the problem of CTE, although real, is it's being over-exaggerated and being extrapolated to youth football and to high school football.
Wait. Would he like a shovel? Because he can dig his hole that he's digging a lot quicker.
He can dig it more than Booker T. We came up with 63 total cases of CTE, and in the last 2 years, a few more. But there have been 30 to 40 million kids who have played football during that period of time. It's a rare phenomena.
And most of them are, alive, so you can't test them.
We have no idea the incidence. There are more injuries to kids falling off bikes, scooters, falling in playgrounds than there are in youth football.
Bruh.
I think, again, it's never been safer. Can we improve? Yes. We have to do better all the time to make it safer. It's like Vince saying, am I out of touch? No. Am I 69 years old? Yes. Meanwhile, for the counterpoint, former WWE wrestler Chris Nowinski, who you remember retired due to concussions and leads the Sports Legacy Institute, he counters with, as to whether CTE is rare in the general population, that is true. CTE has never been found in an individual who is not exposed to significant brain trauma. It has been found in the vast majority of NFL players and pro boxers who have been studied, but the true risk in that population is unknown because of the absence of a test for CTE in the living. Basically what Samsel just said. Yeah, they haven't tested anybody living to see if they have it. It's been all tests on people who've already passed.
Well, I tell you what, we could go and do a test right now. We could have someone pick the American Roughneck up and test him out. Go. But he was probably thrown on his head as a child.
You really just you love to start fights you can't finish.
Well, I picked on you, I picked on Hicks, I picked on Roughneck. Yeah, I think I'm done. I can leave now.
No. Stay right here, Barnett.
He's met his quota.
Do I know anyone else that I need to
Or he's fulfilled his cue or something like that.
That's all my plugs and cues. I'm done.
There you go. You're good. Well, speaking of plugs, let me mention George's Cards and Collectibles, because they're back and bringing their 2x4. That's right. Yep, coming up Saturday, April 11th from 2 to 4 p.m., WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan. He'll appear at the Neshaminy Mall store, George's Cards and Collectibles. Check out their 3 locations for all your sports and wrestling memorabilia needs. Of course, their original store at 7755 New Falls Road in Fairless Hills, just down the road from our studios here. On the lower level of the Oxford Valley Mall next to the Sears Court, and in the Neshaminy Mall in the AMC Theater Wing. For more information on upcoming signings, give George's a call at 215-943-2475 or go to georgescollectibles.com. All right,
I'm going there right now.
There you go. Check it out right after the show. How about that? I think let's see. We got about, 5 minutes left? I think it's time for Lucas's favorite segment.
Birthdays!
He's so excited.
Wait, why is this exactly my favorite segment?
I have no idea. It just your enthusiasm. If you were any more enthusiastic, WWE would force a shirt on you and tell you to change. Okay, no, I guess not.
Speaking of
I'm not the only one that does.
It was there.
More confident.
I'm not the only one that has terrible jokes to tell, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I've been sitting here for this past hour or so.
Yes, you don't believe me. There's a joke sitting right next to me.
I actually disagree, though.
Next to me.
Don't talk about Brady like that.
You deliver terrible jokes confidently. He delivers great jokes without confidence.
True.
Blame Hicks.
Hashtag blame Hicks.
Hashtag blame Hicks. Trending worldwide on Twitter as we speak.
I would like
during WrestleMania.
Wow. You mean it won't get bumped out by Give Divas a Chance?
And Hicks is just sitting there with the look like, I will kill you all.
No, I'm good.
No, he's content.
I'm chill.
Yeah.
I think I have CTE.
Wow.
Sorry.
I think you have a lot of things, CTE in one of them.
Wow.
I don't know where that's going.
The most inappropriate joke today.
I know, that's a rarity for you.
It really is.
For those who know Samsel's history. Well, I was going to say, you have a chance to redeem yourself here with this one. So birthdays. On this date in 1951, Eugene Otto Zumhoff was born. The former 3-time AWA light heavyweight champion known as Buck Rock and Roll Zumhoff turned 64 today.
No.
I know, the name doesn't ring a bell?
I like Rock and Roll Buck Zumhoff. I remember him.
Well, he made some unfortunate news over the last couple of years as he's currently serving a 25-year prison sentence after being found guilty of 12 felony counts of criminal sexual misconduct.
12. So, okay, the first 11 weren't enough. Let's keep going. See how far we can get.
Yeah. Unfortunately, his stepdaughter she can and did testify to that, and that's why he's behind bars now. Wow. Yikes. Show brought to a screeching halt. Oh, you had your chance to redeem yourself with an inappropriate... All right, let's move on.
Not going there.
1972 on this date, Christopher Candido was born. Yeah, you know that name.
Yes,
the former WWE and ECW Tag Team Champion unfortunately passed away in 2005 at the age of 33 due to a blood clot that was a complication from surgery.
Hey, guys, you know where I was thinking of Deadpool. I didn't mean to...
Wow.
He's ruined it already. Just move on.
Punch out now.
That'll do.
I was going to say, you know where Candido was trained? The Monster Factory.
So where are we all going tonight then?
I'm so done.
Yeah, pretty much.
This whole thing is embarrassing. It really is.
Yeah, for once, McMahon.
And for an added stretch, because I really couldn't find anything else, I had to kind of reach a little bit further for this last birthday. From 1978, former Monday Night Raw guest star and ex-husband to Britney Spears, Kevin Federline was born.
Your dad K-Fed on Monday Night Raw?
K-Fed on Monday Night Raw.
When was this?
Oh, gosh. This was
during the dark days.
It was, like 06, 07, somewhere in there. He actually got over on Cena.
You were a young lad at the
apparently
time.
been in a long-term relationship because I didn't watch wrestling for like a 4-year span there, so...
I was out during that period.
Yeah.
There was a vicious breakup around 2003.
Things got really ugly.
T-shirts weren't even exchanged afterwards. You just didn't want to...
No.
I'm sorry, sweatshirts. My bad.
How do you know about breakups?
Yeah, shut up.
Oh.
You don't need to know. You know.
Wow.
That's it. I'm done. I can't do this
All right. He's frustrated.
Frustrated into the word for it.
You're really going to use this thing again?
I stopped it there. Anyway, Kevin Federline turns 37 today. Yeah, 37. He's not old. At least according to Monty Python. I don't know. That about does it for this program. I think, well, no, we would be back next week, but I think we're going to be preempted. I don't know. We'll put our predictions certain to go wrong on the Facebook fan page for Mania next week.
Fran, do you mind if I plug a show that I'm doing tonight?
Go for it.
Oh, there's the mic. Okay, never mind. I'll hold it.
There you go. Hold the microphone.
Apparently the mic doesn't want me to plug it.
The microphone does not want you to plug, apparently.
Well, you know what? The East Coast Wrestling Association tonight is the 19th annual Super 8 tournament.
Oh, yeah,
It's a very prestigious tournament. It's held in... This year it'll be in Woodbury Heights, New Jersey. Woodbury Heights Community Center. People ask me all the time, how do I get involved in wrestling? You know, how do I take that next step if I am involved? Well, the Super 8 tournament has been discovering talent for almost 20 years now. Daniel Bryan, Christopher Daniels, Austin Aries, AJ Styles, Matt and Jeff Hardy. Huge names in the industry all came through the Super 8. And tonight...
A veritable who's that of wrestlers.
The next crop takes their step tonight. So I just want to plug that. ECWAProWrestling.com for tickets
East
and
Coast
information.
Wrestling Association.
Yes.
Yeah, we've...
Actually, let me see. I could run down the names real quick, and then I know you got to get out of here.
Real quick.
Tully Blanchard's beautiful daughter.
The Gift Jason Kincaid, Napalm Bomb, Thoroughbred Jackson James, Hybrid Sean Carr, Corey Hollis, Kai Katana, the Modern Classic BJ Hancock, and Breaker Morant. And by the way, Harry did reference Tully Blanchard's daughter, Tessa Blanchard, the women's champion of the ECWA.
His beautiful daughter, I said.
She comes in, and she defends the belt tonight against Renee Michelle, one of the Rosebuds.
Oh, how about that?
Yes.
Wow. Well, I mean, Tessa Blanchard alone is worth the price of admission. As Ric Flair once famously said, she's all the way live.
Absolutely. Plus an ECWA heavyweight title match. Ricky Martinez defending the belt against two challengers.
How about that? So
I've seen that challenger once before, one of them.
Well, first, let me get the thank yous out of the way real quick. The Great Harry Barnett, thank you for coming all the way over from England to grace the studios of WBCB.
Boo hiss!
Don't ever come back.
As always, you're welcome.
Brady Hicks, pleasure is all. How I've been doing this for 6 years now. How the hell is this the first time that I've gotten you here on the program?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I listen from time to time. I don't always have the time
terrible.
to call in.
That's what
because
it
you're a
is.
smart guy, Fearon. That's why you haven't had him on yet.
I am flattered, though, and thank you. And since Harry mentioned his website, I will say, for the podcast, for the writing, everything that I do, thebradyhicks.com. So check that out. Thank you.
There we go. Mike Samsel, thank you for coming in and crashing things. It's always appreciated. Bringing the hilarity and the alacrity and all the other...
and thanks for keeping Lucas away from me.
The snarkism.
The snarkism. Once
we go off the air, it's a throwdown.
Blame Hicks.
Lucas, thank you as well for...
Just being
I don't know.
Just
being here. Yeah, exactly.
Lucas
Belated birthday wishes on the air here since you had a birthday this past week.
Loving.
And
you should have put me in the wrestling birthdays. That would have been a great.
Well, it didn't happen today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Has to be today.
Your birthday
Lucas.
wasn't today, was it?
Oh yeah, good point. That Pensbury math coming in.
Yeah, exactly. The Pensbury math. And
we're really long. Nick Cataldi's about to start throwing hands.
Yeah, he's excited about throwing hands. And, of course, a little other kind of programming note. It was 6 years ago today that I actually had my debut solo show for this very program.
Woo!
So, yeah, for that, I'm taking a couple of extra minutes. This is WBCB Levittown Fair.